Doo doo doo. Hello everyone, Auvbri here, and I'm glad I'm finally back in the Sim 4 doing another speed build. This is a Tudor house, and I know this has been a very popular house type since the Get Together expansion pack actually came out, and I know it's been a while since I actually did a video. I am super busy with my work. If you don't already know it, I'm studying to become a chef, and the work hours are insane to say the least. But yeah, I'm finally back here. It feels so good to be back, and I wanted to do a really cool build for you guys. So this build is actually split up into two parts. This is the part one where I actually only do the exterior, you know, the whole house and stuff like that, and the gardens. And in the second part, you're going to see me furnish it, because this actually took about 1.5 to 2 hours to actually do just the outside. And I had to get to work the next day. I don't have a lot of time. I work really late hours as well, so this was the only thing I could do in that amount of time I had. So but I'm really happy about how it turned out, and I actually looked up a lot of pictures on Google and stuff like that to get it just right how it was supposed to look, and I think I really nailed it. At least the exterior of it, because I really wanted to do my research with this house. I know the Tudor period was a like really grand period. I can actually remember learning about it in school and stuff like that, but you know, we didn't actually learn anything about houses and stuff, so I really wanted to do my, what can you say, homework on that. But yeah, just playing around with some bricks and, you know, these exposed walls with the kind of wood, and I'm not actually sure what that is, like some sort of kind of washed walls between the woods. I can't remember what that is called in English. Anyways, just doing the roofing here. Now this is a 2-floor plan build, so I do know that I'm actually making a 3rd floor here, but that is for decorational purpose only, to make it look really good from the outside as well. Just because I really wanted this house to be really grand. You know, it's just been such a long time since I actually did a build. And I wanted it to be really spectacular and really amazingly big, and just something right for you guys. Because I've also been feeling a bit guilty not uploading. You know, I do know that you guys actually know that I work quite a lot at the moment. Because I really have to prove myself at this new job. But still, you know, I also want to do YouTube, and I, at the moment, find it a bit difficult to do both things at the same time. But I guess I just have to find like a balance between the two of them. But yeah, just working on the roofing pieces here. Oh, by the way, if you haven't already watched it, I have made a completely new channel art and a completely new, I guess you can call it a profile picture, but it's kind of my logo. I've been working on it since forever. You know, I cannot even remember when I started doing that logo, like in the end of December last year. I started doing that logo that you can kind of see as my profile picture. I think it looks really cool, and I'm so happy about how it turned out. So yeah, definitely check that out. And also you can kind of see my new design on the end of this video, on the outro video. I worked really hard on it, and I really hope you guys like it, as well as this build. And once this build is actually finished, you can find it on the gallery. But back to the build here, just choosing some roofing design here. Now this was actually difficult because as far as I can tell on Google and what I've read, they kind of used like these wooden planks to make their roofing, kind of like the one we have here, but I couldn't actually find a color of this one that it was actually bright enough so that it would fit. So this was the closest thing I could find to it. I have some brick in this house, and I have some exposed stone with like these wooden planks in between them, and then I have just the regular ones here where we just kind of do the corner pieces and stuff like that. Binding, I think it's called. And I think it looks really, really cool in the end. And as far as I can tell from the research I did, there was some brick in the houses, but most of it was like, this exposed wooden, like washed out. I want to say like it's stone, but I'm not actually quite sure. But I thought it looked really, really cool as it is now. And I did one thing with this build that I didn't actually think was possible. But, since you cannot do anything to the terrain whatsoever, I actually wanted to kind of manipulate or create the illusion of a raised up house, but not being on like a terrain or like a foundation. So I kind of did this where I actually raised up the foundation and put in grass, this grass tile that you can buy. And then I made the foundation, or at least some of it, like this greenish color, so I could actually kind of, put plants up against it, and you're gonna see it in the end. I think it looks really, really cool, and I'm actually really happy about how it turned out. It's not something I've actually seen done in house building videos. I try not to watch other builders' content, just because there's always like the risk of you copying something, and it's a good way to get inspiration, but I also think just YouTube and like Google and stuff like that is also a really good way to get inspiration for your builds. So, but I haven't actually watched or seen anyone do this foundation kind of thing, where you kind of use the green stuff. Don't hang me up on it. Maybe there's somebody who did that. I haven't seen it anyways. But yeah, just using some doors here, and we're actually going to kind of do with plants and stuff like that, and just put them in so it kind of looks like the terrain just goes up that one step naturally. I kind of try to do that with flowers, and I think it looks really, really good in the end. I really do think that I achieved what I set out to do with that part of the build. So yeah, definitely like that about this build. So in this build, I also put in a lot of different windows here. Of course, the same styled windows, some with shutters on and some without. But definitely windows that fit this build very, very well, I think. They just kind of fit the whole style of the house, this Tudor style. And again, the third floor is not actually usable. I don't think that I'm going to put anything up there. Maybe like a staircase if you wanted to use like this little room up there. But I'm definitely not going to do anything up there. I can say that 100% at the moment, that I'm not going to do anything up there. Also, this window that you just saw me put at the end of this little at the end of the house there, the window that sticks out, I'm actually going to change that to one of the windows from the Get Together expansion, just because I didn't actually like how that looked once I finished. But that's just something you can change later. And just doing some more decorations out here. Now these climbing plants, wall plants, whatever you want to call them, I freaking love these. I mean, they are just amazing. I have no idea why they haven't done this in some of the other Sims games ever. I mean, like, I can't remember there being anyone in the Sims 3, and I don't think there was anything in the Sims 2. I can't actually remember, but you know, I just thought this is just such a cool idea, and it just really brings the house to life. And doing some drain pipes here as well. Again, a really cool feature. It just adds like an element of realism to the actual build, and I thought that was a really cool idea. Just playing around with some more stuff here for the house, and I do think that we are going to jump into the flower part of this building just a little bit. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, here we go. The flower part of the builds. Here we go. I wanted to have some trees, you know, outside here that actually looked kind of oldish, like they really fit into the whole style. And I just chose a lot of colors here for the plants outside as well, because I had to make it look like the terrain actually was supposed to do that. Like there wasn't any foundation, and I found that this pinkish plant that I'm using to kind of achieve that goal actually worked the best, because it was a very high flower bush, and it just worked really well with what I wanted to achieve. And just, again, putting in some trees here. That's not actually something you see me do that often. You know, I place trees on my lots most of the time, but I don't actually place big trees like I did here. But here you can see kind of me manipulating the foundation here to kind of create this fake illusion that it is actually a continuing thing. And I think it looks, you know, it's something that looks as close to what you can actually achieve with this. It's not ideal. I would really like for the creators of Sims 4 to actually just putting in some terrain tools. I mean, like, you know, I really miss that element of this game, and it just, you know, everything is just flat here, and the only thing you can really do is foundations, and there's just like, there is a part where you just can't do that anymore. But anyways, jumping into the photos here in a little bit. Here we go. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, be sure to leave it a big like, subscribe, and share it to and share it with your friends. I'm Auvbri, and have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world.